5. That is the number. No other player in the history of the National Football League has won 5 Most Valuable Player awards. Tom Brady has 3. Aaron Rodgers has 4. Joe Montana has 2. But Peyton Manning stands alone with 5. It is a stunning figure. It speaks to a decade of dominance. It speaks to sustained excellence across 2 different teams. It speaks to 2 different chapters of a career. The number itself is a monument, a statistical peak that may never be climbed again. It is a testament to his greatness. But stats are just the black and white. They are the box score. They do not show you the color. They do not show you the human being behind the helmet. The real story is in the details. It is in the sweat-soaked practice jerseys. It is in the late nights spent in a dark film room with only the glow of a screen for light. It is in the relationships he built, from all-pro receivers to the third-string offensive guard. Peyton Manning was born into football royalty. His father, Archie, was a legend in New Orleans. Archie as the valiant Saints quarterback. Peyton grew up with a football in his hands. Peyton as a child in backyard play. Cooper as a child playing. Eli as a child playing, learning the game from their father. But Peyton did not rely on his last name. He was driven by an internal fire. He wanted to carve his own path. He chose the University of Tennessee. He could have gone to Ole Miss, his father's alma mater. The pressure to follow in Archie's footsteps was immense, but Peyton wanted to be his own man. At Tennessee, he became a star. He was smart. He was accurate. He was a natural leader in the huddle. He elevated the entire program. The 2000s belonged to Peyton Manning and the Indianapolis Colts. The hard work began to pay off. The offense became a machine. Manning stood at the line of scrimmage, a conductor with an orchestra of 11. Omaha! Omaha! He was not just calling a play. He was reading the defense. He was diagnosing the blitz. He was changing the protection. He was putting his receiver in the perfect spot to get open. It was a mental battle, and no one played it better than number 18. He won his first MVP award in 2003, sharing it with Steve McNair. He won it again, outright, in 2004. That year, he threw a then-record 49 touchdown passes. The connection he had with receivers like Marvin Harrison and Reggie Wayne was almost telepathic. They spent countless hours after practice, perfecting their timing. It was precision. It was artistry. But the one thing missing was a championship. They fell behind 21-3. In 2011, football was almost taken away from him. A series of neck surgeries left him unable to throw. He missed the entire season. He could not even grip a football properly. Many doctors and experts believed his career was over. At 35 years old after such a devastating injury, a comeback seemed impossible. The Colts decided to move on. They released him in March 2012. This could have been the end. But Peyton Manning was not finished writing his story. He worked tirelessly to rehabilitate his neck and his arm. The Denver Broncos took a chance on him. It was a huge gamble. In 2013, he had the single greatest passing season in NFL history. He threw for 5,477 yards and 55 touchdowns. He won his 5th MVP award. He reinvented himself. Less arm, even more mind. Peyton Manning was more than just a player. He was a coach on the field. He was a mentor in the locker room. He changed the way quarterbacks prepare. Young players today do not just study his games. They study his methods. They study his approach to film. They study his pre-snap routines. His influence is everywhere. He was the standard, as his former coach Tony Dungy once said. He raised the bar for what it meant to be a professional quarterback. He made the mental side of the game just as important as the physical. Off the field, his impact was just as significant. His Payback Foundation has given millions of dollars to help disadvantaged youth in Indiana, Tennessee, Louisiana, Colorado. He has become a beloved media personality on his Manningcast show with his brother Eli. He approaches broadcasting with the same preparation and wit that he brought to the football field. There is a simple story that shows the man behind the legend. After a game, a young fan with special needs was waiting near the locker room. The boy was shy. Security was trying to move people along. Manning saw him. He stopped everything. He walked over, knelt down, and talked to the boy for several minutes. For those few moments, he was not a superstar. He was just a kind person making a kid's day. That is the character that defined him as much as any touchdown pass. So we come back to that number, 5. 5 MVP awards. It is a record that represents unparalleled individual achievement. It is the result of 71,940 passing yards and 539 touchdown passes. The portrait inside is of a man who mastered his craft, who led with integrity, who overcame adversity, who treated people with respect. His career was not just a collection of records. It was a masterclass in preparation. It was a lesson in leadership. He changed the quarterback position forever. He turned the line of scrimmage into his personal classroom. Sunday afternoons became a strategic chess match played at lightning speed. The 5 MVP awards are the proof. But the process, the relentless dedication to his craft, is the enduring lesson he left for everyone who loves the game. This is the essence of why Peyton Manning still matters so much on this day, 2025-10-25. He left football better than he found it. Peyton Manning did not just play the game, he changed it. 5.